All right, guys, this is Jay, and my question is trade automation the best business for LOA practitioners? Law of assumption, law of attraction, any of the Neville students, or even people involved in basic personal growth. Is this the best business? Now, again, this is Jay, and this is only my opinion. This is not considered to be advice. We're not financial advisors, and this is definitely not financial advice. So please do your own due diligence and do your own testing. So let's talk a little bit about this whole trade automation. And I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to tell you why I feel like trade automation or auto trading or algo trading. There's a lot of things that people call it just to puff it up so they can charge more money for it. So this is a subset, in my opinion, this is a subset of the world's greatest business or income producing, wealth producing vehicle, and that's investing. That's being an investor. This is the one business that the factory worker and the billionaire can have in common. Again, investing. The worker may invest in their 401k or CD or an IRA, and the billionaire may invest in startups or acquisitions, M&As. Both have the exact same goal. That is to obtain a return on their money over a period of time, right? So if I'm a day trader type of investor, that's over 1 day to 1 week, 30 days, or even 30 years, as much as the person who's that very conservative, what's the name, Warren Buffett type of investor. Trade automation, just to give you a brief overview of what it is, trade automation is, or investing automation, whatever you want to call it, it is where a software program trades or invests on your behalf automatically. So what does that have to do with, and I like to call them Nevilleizers, LOA people, or personal growth practitioner. The thing is, guys, how we can benefit from it, if depending on where you are on this whole manifestation or law of assumption scale. Now, some people who just come here to look at some of the EAs that I put up, you may not get this or understand this, but there's a manifestation or belief scale when it comes to personal growth or positive thinking, however you want to classify it. And I feel like this can be one of the best channels that you can open for wealth and income, trade automation that is, unless you've reached that level of I am, as they call it, where you can think or feel $100,000 or $1 million into your bank account, trading account instantly. You may want to consider opening up another channel to receive and to grow wealth and income. And I'll say this again, trade automation. Here's a cool thing. I'm going to share with you a back test, and if you don't understand what a back test is, that's where we can take historical data and back test a certain program where it will take the trades in historical significance to see what sort of results that we would have up to today. So before I share this $100 to $1 million back testing result, I want to give you my top reasons why I think this is the world's greatest business, period. Not only for students of Neville or manifestors or LOA people, even with all the overhyped flaws and scams. Yeah, I'm going to put it out there. There's a lot of overhypeness out there and a lot of scams out there. I still think that this is a key opportunity for anyone to add to their wealth building portfolio. Again, if you hadn't hit that level of I am yet. Number one is unlimited earning potential. Now, there are several other reasons why this is deemed the world's greatest business, but you can scale this into an unlimited opportunity. I mean, starting off with zero in a demo account all the way up to millions, depending on what sort of resources you have. Number two, proof of concept. You can test this before you invest, and when I say invest, not only money, but investing your time, your effort, your learning into it, you can actually try this before you buy it. And what I mean by buying is not a course or anything. There's enough free information out there that you can start testing this. And if you feel like that you need coaching and things of that nature, there are tons of providers out there on how to do that as well. So after a few simple steps of doing it free, you'll know the next day, if not the next week, if this is a business for you. You can literally make money the same day that you start, and you can earn while you learn. Love that. And that's during the testing period with zero cash. Number 3 is a low cost of entry. Let's just say, yeah, I do love it. Now, how much money do I need to put in to make a real income? You can start, again, guys, starting with $0 to $100 plus. So it's really no to low invested capital, and you can start it with zero risk. If the business model resonates with you, you can go live with as little as $100 and grow that into a $100,000 income. And we'll share a hypothetical business plan with you as well. It's just what we like to do with our imaginal scenes, things like that. Now, here's the cool thing, and this is why it's so important that the low cost of entry. How many coaching programs for you guys that want to go with Google Maps and Amazon FBA, and look at some of these coaching programs for that, man. People are charging you anywhere between $1,000 to $20,000 to set up your stores, and you have no idea not only if it'll work for you, but you have absolutely no idea if you enjoy doing it. The cool thing about this, you'll know if it's something that you enjoy doing, and you can find that out with zero cost, and you can find the probability of success out too. And number 4 is the passivity. Is that a word? Number 4, yeah, passivity and low effort. You can actually use the robots to do as much or as little work as you want to do, or you may want to be a manual trader. Now, I do trade some things manually, like options, but my favorite way of making money is more of the passive robots. And when I do go in and manually, I may turn the robot off and turn it back on depending on news and world events. Number 5 is low dependencies, and this is my favorite. Even though I was a sales coach, I had a consulting firm, sales training. Now, guys, I'm telling you, I'm at my 6.3 version in life. That means 63, of course. I don't want to deal with customers. I don't want to deal with vendors. I don't want to deal with suppliers, affiliates, employee issues. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. It's just me and the market. I don't have to depend on anything as long as there's a market there. I have a computer and I have different robots that I can try and implement and retry and implement. World's greatest business. Now, that's just period. Now, when you add to it, the LOA tools is great for imaginal scenes. It's great for affirmations. And guys, let me know what you think about that, because sometimes I'll just see my account and I know what I want my account balance to look like. That's a great imaginal scene, don't you think? Or finding that one robot that takes you to the next level in income. I just think that's some amazing opportunities there. So let's go into one of the robots, and this is going to be for you people that don't know anything or know very little about this world. I'm going to share with you a robot which is a free robot, and I thought this robot was a piece of junk. It's not on the market anymore, but we include it for free for people who want to learn this, and we have like a little 1-hour training. We include the robot so you can go in and back test it yourself. With free charting, free MT4 software, and also learn a little bit about this. All right, so let's take a look at the results from the PDEA robot. Now, I've shared this on other videos, and this is pretty much a summary of a back test I ran. I'm going to show you a real live back test and how it's ran in just a second, but I just want to give you an idea of the good, the bad, the ugly of some of these claims. Now remember, this is with a free robot that's no longer on the market, and we just renamed it PDEA. All right, now this particular test period, we put this in a computer, and we let it back test historical information, and we put it on a very aggressive setting, which is like 4% per trade, right? And this is from January 2019 to August 2024, and we're showing 4%. Very aggressive trading. We admit that. I admit that. The gain is from $100 to $1 million. Now, there's always a good, the bad, the ugly, because we're talking about possibility and probability. Anything is possible to me, but there's very few things that are probable, especially in this particular business. But everything that's uninterrupted, and if it went exactly the way the test depicted it, yep, you're taking $100, you're turning it into $1 million, but that's everything perfect. Caveat, we know that in this field, in trading and investing, nothing goes perfectly. And that can be totally out of our control too. I want to make sure you guys know that. That can be anything from technical glitches, broker glitches. There's a lot of things that go wrong even when you're doing everything right. So here we go. Initial deposit was $100. I'm going to show you how this looks on the software. Total net profit a little bit over 1 million, 1,080,000, something like that, yeah. And we have the absolute drawdown. What that means is I had $100 in there, and it ate up almost $40 of that. So I would have to watch my $100 go all the way down to $60 before it recovered and made us some money. But the maximum drawdown, I had to watch my account at some point within this 5+ years, at some point, deplete 80% of the balance before it shot back up. Okay, so this is what it looked like as far as the equity curve. We started over here with $100. This was 1.3. You see how far that got up? 1,013. That's nice. I'm sorry, 1,138. I'm sorry. So what I did here is I blocked off, and I put this in the course too, in the short training, but I blocked off what's called a DDR. That's what I call it. That's called a drawdown and recovery period. And what I did is I compared that to Warren Buffett and his stock, Berkshire Hathaway. And because every trade, I just wanted the right perspective. Every trader, every robot, every system will have a period of drawdown and recovery. So this is like 2 years, and it had hit well over $1 million, went down to $300,000 and back up to $1 million, 300 and some odd $1,000. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you're running these tests, and you run these tests free. You run them free. You have something called an MT4 platform that you download free, and this is definitely with unregulated foreign brokers. So there's a lot of things that you have to take in. Excuse the guys, excuse the phone, but I can't stop that one right now. So let's see what it looks like in real life. Okay guys, this is going to be a live trade automation back test. In other words, that I want to know what would have happened if I put $100 into an account and attached a certain robot to it. This is the robot that I just named HEA, Opkee. Opkee is other people's knowledge, expertise, and efforts, and we're trading on one pair, which is the Euro US. And I want to know, okay, how would this have behaved if I just ran it automatically? Doesn't matter what happened in the world from 2019, January 1, 2019, right before the pandemic, all the way through September 10th, 2024. So what we'll do is, let's look at some of the properties. This is the actual program / robot algorithm, whatever they're calling it now, but they're known to me as a Forex EA or robot. It's all the same right here. And I want to put it on This one is pretty easy, guys, because all we have to do is just put it on if we want low risk, medium risk, high risk. This means nothing. When you say low risk, you can still blow a whole account, but that just comes with knowledge. So I want to put it on medium risk. I'm not going to change any of these other things in here, so it's already programmed for me the way that I want to use it, and I just hit OK. Then I attach it to my chart. Now remember, we did this with $100, right? Then let's make sure that was $100. Yep, test it with $100, and let's see what that would look like. And then the only thing I need to do is hit start, and I have the 1 hour chart that I'm putting it on. I hit start, and let's look at it work. Now see, you'll see that there's not like a straight line, because this is a drawdown. This is a series of losses, and it has to recover. Look at this. This is a big dip right here, which would have been a loss. Some losses in here. There's some more losses in here. More losses in here. So you see, it's not a straight line. Made money, lost money, made money, lost money, but the trajectory is perfect. Right now we're up to $300, almost $400. So that's 300% on our money. Like it. 400% on our money now. 600. Look at that. Now let's see if we have hit. Yeah, we're over $1,000 right now. So it's already grown. I don't know. You can always check here. Now, all of this stuff is free. That's the thing about it, that you can test it. What other business opportunity brings income and growth like this that you can test for free? Make sure you thoroughly understand it. We're in 2022 right now, and it's up to 3,800, up to 6,000, and this is just 22. Let's keep going and looking at the graph. Look at that. Now we're over $10,000. So in 3 years, it's gone up over 20 some odd $1,000, and that was $100 that it started with, and it's still shaking and baking. Look at that. Now this particular one, this is a little bit different. This robot you can pick up for probably around a couple $1,000, but I'm telling you guys, there are people out there that are charging what, $20,000 for this special algorithm? No, man. Those are for people who are not in the know, because there is one called NERP, and I made a video about it, and they charge their people $18,000 and $400 a month, and it just blew an account. It just blew an account. So guys, the best way to do, I'm not saying they're scammed, but this is kind of overhyped when you think about it, because I'm getting these with $2,000 robots and free robots. Okay, now, let's see how this ended up. This ended up, our profit was $100,200 from $100 right there. We had something called a drawdown, which is like 12%. Now I'm gonna put it on. That's not bad, right? 100 grand. You can pay off your car in 5 years easily there, or accelerate your mortgage payment. There's a lot of things you can do if the probability was that this thing just took off. And there's no way that I wouldn't have taken money out. And so again, possible? Yes. Probable? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like if we take this exact thing and put it on high risk. Let's put this thing on high risk and see how it would go. And I'm not going to have you sit through the whole thing, but I'll just come back once it completes. Now, guys, I want to say this again. This is what gets the newbies super excited. But we know, again, yeah, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Is it probable? No. And there's no way that I would even have a couple $100,000 in an unregulated broker. Now, 5,000, 10,000, maybe 20,000, absolutely. But no way. But that's with the expectation that it can disappear overnight. You've got to have almost a cryptocurrency attitude about this when you're trading it. And when it comes to trading Forex and things of that nature, when they say that you can lose all your money, they mean it. So you've got to have that mindset, and your job is to manage your risk, manage your EAs. And I want to say that's why I don't really believe in anything like passive. I think that it's semi-passive, but you've got to manage your risk. You've got to know when to put money in, put money out. And that can be the same way with mutual funds. When I gave the example of the factory worker, it's the same thing, man. You've got to understand what some of the market trends are. You know about dollar cost averaging, more conservative funds, more aggressive funds, and what that means. Now look at this, man. Now this is ridiculous. This is up to like 8 million. If you can see the look on my face, I know that that's a super low probability, guys. That's all I'm saying. Very low probability. I think this is like a lottery probability, right? Man, it's still going too. All right, I'm gonna pause it and I'll come back to it once this thing runs. Is that too? Let's see here. 24 million? Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. But I am testing this thing with $100. Now, of course, once I get my initial investment back, I always pull it out. I may go up to 500 on it, take 400 out, and then start it over again with another $100. So I hadn't decided, but I am 100% in the black right now. So that's the cool part about it. And it's just fun to me. I will feel a little bit differently with anything that I'm putting in $10,000 or $20,000. If I'm doing that, I am trading here with regulated United States brokers. That's all it is to it. Man, this goes up. This is 4 million in 5. Wow. Nah, I don't believe it, but I wouldn't mind throwing a couple $100 in it to test it with real money, because there is a difference between real money and, okay, look at it, pull back a little bit here. Wow, this robot is really working its ass off. Okay, let's see if we have a report. No, it's not finished yet. Let's see how far has it gone. It's working hard because I'm getting a few glitches. I'm gonna go ahead and pause, guys. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be the first one to admit this. This is ridiculous. But again, I'm throwing $100 at it because I'll just replace it. If I would have put $100 during this period right here, more than likely it would have blew my account. But as it gradually built, you see that this one went to, let me make sure I'm looking at it right. Yeah, $5.6 million. Yeah, I think that's a very low probability, but I love the way it's talking to me. Let's look at the report on it. Wow, it's not only a 25% maximum drawdown. Absolutely, put in $100, $5.6 million. Do I believe it? I'm gonna say this again. I believe that is possible. I don't think that is probable. Just like the people who had traded, and I was one of these people. I got lucky with Shiba Inu, but that was just luck and timing. You know, my like $1,700 grew to a little bit over $9,000. Another guy who got in right at the beginning, his $3,000 grew to like 60 million, something crazy like that. And then everyone went in, including myself, you know, FOMO. But again, it's possible, but not probable. And when I say that, I mean this is lottery probabilities. Okay? Yeah, so that was our little live backtest example. I love it because it's fun and it gives me an opportunity to practice some of my personal growth, some of my LOA stuff, and I like it. So here it is, just to summarize what we just went through. Trade automation can be one of the best channels that you can open up for wealth creation for the personal growth practitioner. So I'm just lumping all that into personal growth because I don't even know what your beliefs are. You can say prayer practitioners. I really don't give a shit what you put there. If you're not at the level of instant manifestation, receiving instantly what you put out there, trade automation is worth considering. Oh, now that very first one that you saw, I did the back test. I'm actually giving that robot away for people to learn. Test, and they can actually use it in a real account, but it's great to have something that you can learn from as well, the PDEA, and you can get started with our free quick start training. Let me change that. That is not, the quick start training is not free, but you do get the PDEA free with the quick start training. I put it right there, so I'm replicating and duplicating efforts here. I must have used Chat GPT on this, but it's a free automated trade robot. That's true, and it comes with our 1-hour quick start training for $27, and it also comes with a full curated training for beginners. Now, what I mean by curated, it's not my training, but it's training that I actually paid for some time ago, and I actually found free versions of it on YouTube from A to Z. All the Forex trading, how to put robots in, the whole 9 yards. So those are my thoughts. Give me your thoughts and go out there and make some real money, folks. Peace.